This is the syllabus for the course. I want to walk through it quickly and hit some of the highlights. I have a table of contents so you can see the various components that comprise the syllabus. Some boilerplate information. This will change from semester to semester. Again, this is for the spring 2015. The one you're looking at will be a little different. Let's see what else we got going on here. I'll try to put in the final exam date. I'll start with some thoughts on education. Please read it. I hope that it encourages you and to some extent that it inspires you to become a more serious and curious student. I've got a link here to some course materials. That's going to be pretty much duplicated in the home page. We do have some information about the tuning technology clickers, which I use in some classes. That will also be in the home page if we use it for that section. I've got some optional materials for more advice and some websites that you might find helpful. I'll always discuss how your final average is computed. It's always based on a weighted average of scores in various assignments. These assignments and weights will change from test to test. Often I will drop the weight on an assignment if doing so helps your final weighted average. So doing bad in one thing is not necessarily that terrible for you, but I will tell you the things that I drop are usually things that you can do well on. So for example, here, Applia. I promise in this case to drop Applia if the final exam is higher than your Applia scores. Well, that works out really well if your final exam is high, but I'll tell you this, if you work on Applia, you can pretty well guarantee a pretty good score, and that gets you 10% of your score is locked and loaded, and if you don't do well in the final exam, you still get that 10% of a good score. So I would not plan on doing well in the final exam, figuring to drop all this other stuff, because doing all this other stuff will actually help you do better in the final exam and gives you a good base in case your final exam is not what you want it to be. I've waited for people to earn bonus points in each test. There's a link to that describes more completely how you might earn those bonus points. And let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, honor code. I am a big believer in honor code. I think that the way we live our lives is much more important than what we learn in a class. I hope you share that. I hope that you share my enthusiasm, and I talk here at some length about the honor code and what the code means for your behavior in this class. I try to make a good faith effort to make this a wonderful class for you. I hope that you make a good faith effort to make it a wonderful class for you and for your fellow students. I'll warn you that this course requires effort. I have moved away from a standard lecture course to one that it is either flipped or blended. That involves a considerable amount of independent learning, which means it requires considerable effort by you. Learning is not a spectator sport, and the number of hours per week will vary from course to course, depending on whether it's a summer school course or how compressed things are. But I do expect that you will spend considerable hours preparing for class outside of class. We do not have enough contact hours for you to learn everything in the short time we have together. Again, learning is not a spectator sport. It's a participation sport. It's a contact sport, I think. I would say even more than that. I'm around a lot. You can contact me in office hours or call me, send me an email. I'm not always the best responder to email, but I will get back to you. Again, this talks about the particular class. This syllabus is for a blended class. I will have some discussion about how the class operates. It may change from semester to semester. I'll have some discussion about what the content of the course is. Things a successful student can do at the end of the course to give you some idea of where the course is going and what types of things that you might be learning. I hope some of it looks interesting. I suspect some of it looks pretty boring, but I hope the interest outweighs the boring. There are various statements that the university provides for their policies. I have links to those. I have some thoughts on education in general and advice on how to prepare for the test. So you should read that and follow it. If you notice, most of it basically says keep up. Don't wait to the end to study for a test. Don't wait to the end to study for an exam. Studying should be much more a review of material you already studying should be a review of things you already know, not an attempt to learn new material. That's it. Look forward to seeing you next time.